Hello everyone, I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and today we are speaking about the New York City ban on pre-employment marijuana testing. And we have to speak about that today because my office is getting like 5 calls a day about this, and tragically it's not in effect yet, and it's confusing people. So this was voted on May 10th of 2019, and there was a 30-day period where, de Blasio could take some action, and immediately people thought this was law. Not yet, but after 30 days it did become law, just not effective yet. So I think by the mayor taking no action, this becomes effective law, and then it goes into effect, I should say this becomes law, and then it goes into effect on May 10th of 2020. And what this law does is it bans pre-employment testing for certain cannabinoids. So basically THC for the shorthand. Like we're not scientists. We don't need to know. If they're testing for marijuana, weed, right? That's not going to fly in New York City, with certain exceptions. Now, there's a strange caveat here, and I think it's great. I think it's good, although strange. Testing for the usage of marijuana will be considered an unlawful discriminatory practice, which is great, but also seems to be New York City espousing that certain cultures or protected classes may be more likely to use marijuana than others. I don't know if that's true. Maybe. Cancer patients, for sure, right? I'm sure there's certain cultures that, have a greater affinity because it's a bigger part of that culture, I guess. But it's pretty universal. A lot of people are going to take advantage of this law. So, okay, discriminatory practice. Listen, anything that gives employees more rights and more ammunition to throw at the employer, I'm all for. So, as long as we're not hurting anybody, fine with that. Now, there are some exceptions, and it's a little funny because New York City basically was like, yeah, so you can't test unless, maybe you work for us, which is way too simple. But safety-related professions like police officers or potentially firefighters, or transportation-related professions like the entirety of the MTA. Not the entirety. Maybe only drivers and conductors. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to apply this. Caregivers. Okay. I guess I can see a hospice situation. And certain federal contractors because, marijuana is still illegal under federal law, so there's always going to be that tension. Those are the exceptions to the law. And it is important to note there may be additional guidance coming from the city on this, because it's going to be a very sizable change. It's going to be very different than most of the rest of the country. So possibly not the easiest transition. But overall, it's good news. It's additional rights for employees. It's less hurdles for people to face when trying to get employment. And it does address, a form of discrimination that's going on. So, great. A step in the right direction. And golf claps for New York City today. Take care.